what? Once we've got the sync done, I can just grab the audio from each file and just put it together. Alright, so am I on your audio?
Yes, you're on my audio.
Cool. One, two, three.
Cool. That should work.
Yep.
Now I turned it off. We're good.
Sweet. Alright. Alright. So let's start. Hi everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to the queue with me, Paris, and this guy.
theGurns, Nick.
Hi, I'm
call me
Binary
Nick.
Dragon. We
Starting
again?
over?
Yeah, I verschlunkled.
Verschlunkled.
Yeah, verschlunkled.
Cool.
Or we could just continue and say, screw it.
It is our test episode.
The test episode. Let's keep the fun in the episode instead.
Is this fun though?
Only you can decide. I don't know. Anyway, so this week, my hat is a big giveaway. We're going to be talking about this little number, Pokemons.
The moon kind.
I
I don't have my box, but I've got my 3DS that has Pokemon on.
Yes, of course. If you're listening on the audio, we're putting this stuff up to cameras and stuff. You can check it out on YouTube if you want to. So we've both been playing Pokemon a little bit, and it's kind of good. I mean, would you say that, Nick?
I would say it is my third favorite Pokemon.
Your third favorite Pokemon?
My third favorite Pokemon.
All right, I'll bite. Carry on.
Yellow, number 1.
Oh,
Omega Ruby,
interesting.
number 2. And then Sun.
Oh, Omega Ruby is your favorite. Interesting.
With the caveat that I haven't beaten Pokemon Sun yet.
Right.
So I don't know how the Elite Four goes. I don't know how post-game goes.
Right. And
Which
also,
is
you don't... I'm ahead of you.
Yeah, so no spoilers. I just got to the third island.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the story in this game a lot.
It's a good
I have to
story.
say. Really good. I really like that they've shaken it up and gone, okay, no badges this time. Which I know is kind of a...
No badges, but you get other things that are basically badges.
you get stamps. They tell you, like, in
you
the
get
first
a little,
10 minutes.
You get a little thing.
Oh, no. Have you not looked in your passport?
No, you get stamps for beating the Grand Trials, yes.
Yeah,
But you
and
also
those
get...
are the same as your badges because they let you control Pokemon up to a certain level. No? Yeah. In terms of like trying to match them up to the old games, if you haven't touched this yet, I think that definitely is a good simile, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But you also get other stuff as well.
Yeah.
From
like cool abilities. Like my...
Yeah.
Have you seen the Pikachu exclusive special Pika Dance thing?
Yeah, it's neat.
Adorable.
There's one for Raichu.
I don't have that one yet.
No,
So
I only just got it, and I need to find Thunderbolt TM in order to get it to work. I'll find one. It's alright. But yeah, it's a little different. But they've taken some of the Pokemon from the old games, and they've turned them into these new Alolan forms, which I adore. I finally like the look of Raichu. I hated the original Raichu.
I love the original Raichu. I actually would rather have a old Raichu versus a new Raichu.
Oh, interesting. I like the new one because he surfs on his own tail.
Awesome. He's psychic.
Yes, indeed. He's got.
How did he become psychic? Because he went and hung out in the sun? Doesn't make sense. Make him fire.
Okay.
It's like the Vulpix and the Sandshrew. Why are they ice? That makes no sense.
Yeah, true. Although the
They went to an
Sandshrew was
island.
real cute.
So was the Vulpix. But I don't
guess.
give a shit.
So, what have you picked as your starter then, Nick?
The obvious choice, Popplio.
Right.
What did you pick?
I picked.
Oh, the wrong choice.
Oh,
exactly.
I picked Rowlet. I don't think that was a bad choice.
think it was-
I also have always picked the grass starter. In all fairness, I'd made that decision before anyone said anything on the internet.
Mistakes were made. Not by me. I picked Popplio. The right choice.
Well, good for you.
I just got, speaking of grass Pokemon, I just got the grass Gen 2 starter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah.
No idea.
I could pull out my 3DS and figure it out.
You could.
There's Cyndaquil, there's Totodile, and then another one.
Oh, I had him. That's embarrassing. He had a weird name though. Anywho, that's not important.
Rassy thing.
Yeah, and how did you get it? That is interesting.
A mechanic that I thought was going to be awesome, that is turns out, from what it seems to be, really crappy.
Right.
Island scan.
You don't like it anymore?
I don't like how limited it is. There's
Okay.
only 24, something like that, Pokemon. There's 4 different Pokemon that show up each day.
Right.
For each day of the week. So there's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then there's one for each island. And then when you hit Monday again, it's the same Pokemon as last Monday.
Oh.
Yeah. Or at least that's what Cerebi whatever says, and Bulbapedia and a couple other sites are all saying that it is a super limited thing instead of... Okay, I'll explain the mechanic. The mechanic is you get QR codes now in your Pokedex when you catch a Pokemon. And you scan somebody else's QR codes, or take a picture of your own and then scan that, because that's what you do. Or go on the internet. And every 10 of those you do, you get to scan an island. Which then when you scan the island, it then tells you, oh, there's this rare Pokemon that's not an Alolan Pokemon in this area. You have 1 hour, go catch it.
Right.
And I thought
a real
it was
hour, like, just to be clear, real actual hour.
60 Earth minutes.
Yes. Not Pokemon minutes, but you actually have to go and catch
I was very much excited because I thought that it was going to be like, oh, cool. They're going to go through all 600 plus Pokemon we can't catch in this game, and then it'll rotate. But it seems like it's going to rotate just there's 7 variations of it, and that's it. Which is very irritating. I hope that gets changed. I hope it gets patched in to be more randomized or something.
Yeah, and there's a few things that I mean, you had some crazy ideas. I mean, you sent me a text last night, and I was like, I kind of went, yeah, and then thought, wow, that is nuts. That concept is just bananas.
I don't remember what it was.
And I want to get to it because it is a bit later. I'm going to take a sip.
So
Indeed, and if I do indeed get this green screen to work, it will disappear. So you've just
I hope you don't get the green screen to work. Anyway, continue.
Your Pokemon progress, so you're up to Island 3. I'm after Island 3.
Oh, you're on 4?
No. Yes.
You're in the Aether research facility. I've been there.
Sort of. Again, I'm trying to be very vague. I'm really sorry. I should probably just shut up at this point. I'm not going to talk about too much in terms of how far I've got in the story, but in terms of stamps, I have 3.
Okay. How's your Pokedex?
My Pokedex is...
Give me a...
I'm actually on the Pokedex screen because I was prepared for this. I have a 24% Pokedex at the moment. I don't know if this will show up on screen, but there we go.
Probably too bright.
That's not bad.
There.
That's not bad. I can see that. That's fine.
I'm in a conversation with Kukui, but I know for a fact I last I checked was at 28%. I think I hit 30.
Cool. I've collected 72 and I've seen 163.
I've collected at least 85.
That's not bad.
My goal was to hit 100, and I didn't.
That sucks. It's okay.
But I got the weekend, so I will just do it then.
Yeah, absolutely. I am impressed by the entire product. I think it's brilliant.
It really seems pretty good. I don't like the mechanic where in combat it tells you if things are effective or super effective or not effective.
You don't like that mechanic?
I don't like
that mechanic.
I don't. I think it simplifies it too much. I like making mistakes and being punished for making those mistakes.
Right.
And I feel like this is having to have less knowledge on it. I haven't done competitive fighting yet, but I hope that it's not in that. I hope it's not in trainer battles versus other trainers.
It would be interesting if it's only in trainer battles if you've caught that Pokemon. Then it becomes interesting.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Because currently, that's how it works. If you've caught the Pokemon...
No. If you fought the Pokemon.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, right now it's just purely fought. If they raise it to catching a Pokemon, then it incentivizes people that like to purely battle to actually go out and catch things. I'm okay with that. That makes more sense.
That would make a lot more sense. But at the moment, it's if you see it.
So you know how in previous games there have been you might not know this thing called a shiny charm.
Yes.
Where when you finish the Pokedex, you get the shiny charm, and it makes it like twice as likely to see a shiny.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, I did not know about this.
In this game, so in previous games, from what I remember, it was finishing the National Dex gave you the shiny charm.
Right.
In this game, it's finishing the Alola Dex.
Right.
You don't have to catch all 800 plus. You only need the 180, 280, whatever it is in this.
Right.
Which is awesome.
That's pretty neat.
Much easier.
Yes.
Like it all.
I love the customization. I really like the Z-Power system is really cool. I like that a lot.
On customization real quick.
Yes.
Why is there no preview?
I think that's a limitation. I think that's a limitation of the machine itself. I really do.
So will it be in the Switch Pokemon?
We'll get to that in a minute, I think.
Okay.
I'd like to. I want to try and keep that subject pretty separate. I want to just go on base. We'll talk about what we really like about the game so far. I'm enjoying the island scan because I don't know that there's a bunch of really annoying and quite depressing stuff going on in the background. I'm going to pretend to not have heard what you just said and continue to just enjoy it.
Hey, I mean,
I just hit my mic.
Theoretically, you have 28 weeks or whatever it is, 24 weeks.
Right.
28 weeks, yes, 28 weeks to catch a different
them all.
Pokemon each day. Oh, wait, is it 28 weeks? No, it'd be 4 weeks. 28
weeks.
days.
Yeah.
But I hope at that point, maybe in 28 days it will shift to a new 28 Pokemon.
Maybe.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All the Christmas update.
Oh yeah, why not?
Let me catch a Pikachu with a Santa hat. Problem solved.
Oh man, that would be so cool. I really like how everything's just to scale as well. Like it's the first Pokemon game where whenever you come out of like a cutscene or a battle, that you're actually at full scale. No one's at a weird scale. Pardon the cough. There's no one's in a weird scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like you're fighting a Chippy.
Yeah, it's neat. I like that a lot. The other thing that's a big changer is what I like to call Pokemon Uber.
Pokemon? Oh, yeah, the...
Pokemon... Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, exactly. They do this brilliant thing. Well, okay, so one of the reasons why I wasn't the greatest fan of Pokemon Sapphire, which is the one I played, Sapphire, what was it? Omega Sapphire.
Yes.
Is...
HMs.
HMs, yes. We had a lot. Me and my team, I had 3 Pokemon dedicated to just getting around and getting into areas. And it meant that I ended up using these moves a lot in battle. They became kind of a staple of how I fought. And it kind of pushed me into a certain kind of way of playing that I wasn't the greatest fan of. And consequently, I had to like push to finish that game a little bit. I was enjoying myself, but I definitely was like, ugh.
I do feel like
better Pokemon. I've got 2 Pokemon in my box that are just perfect for this, and I could have brought. I wish I looked at them and was like, I can't bring this along because I have to bring along this Sharpedo thing in Majigga and this other thing.
I do feel like that makes combat easier in Sun and Moon, because having to balance a group around having the correct HMs for the area you're in takes some work.
Yeah, but also that's not the game. And that's what they've removed. Like, the game never described itself as trying to build a team of 3. The game describes itself, rather, as trying to be a team of 6.
Well, no, but even if you have the HMs, you still build a great team around
absolutely.
having all of those HMs.
But no one in, like, a tournament scene, for example, not that I'm mega into that, will use those moves.
True.
So it's nice to actually be able to play a game that kind of puts you in the same mindset of the people who are like really the best. Because the whole point of the game is to try and be the very best. It's in the song.
I want to be... You're right, it is in the song.
It is, right? Like no one ever was. And you can only do that if you're thinking like a winner. And I think what's cool about this is that Pokemon makes you think like a winner.
But the very best would win a tournament and then be able to climb a waterfall with the same group.
Or he'd have a poker pager, and he can go like, "Hey Charizard, I want to go to this other island." And then
have you encountered the tourists that complain about it?
No.
There's some lady that was like, "I can't use my HMs here. What is this? I got yelled at for it. Here, have TM fly."
No way.
Yeah, she's like, "I had heard they had great transportation in Alola, but I had no idea it was the law."
That's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I thought he mentioned it. One of the main characters was like, "Hey, this is your work. This is your like pager gear." And I thought you could change it, but it looks like you can't. You can.
It's kind of a bummer because you spend the money you earn in game, which, granted, at this point, I have a bunch of money. I've got $200,000, whatever it's called. But the majority of the time, I'm riding around on my sniffer dog. That it's just like I look like that now, not what I spent my money on.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. And there are lots of different things you can ride on, which kind of it means that they can have a lot more kind of fun HMs that you can have. I think it scrolls. I think there's a lot because it doesn't matter. Just summon it. Boop.
True.
Done. Yeah. So, what are the ones you have so far? Because those
I have 4. I have the Lapras, the Charizard, the Tauros, and the Sniffer dog.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of that dog.
And there are, I think, 4 more.
Okay.
Right. I have another one. I have another one that is fast on water, and that's pretty much the only difference.
There are areas of water that have rocks that you need to break.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what that does.
I won.
Yeah, it's coming soon. Don't worry. Yeah, but that kind of pager thing is neat, and it kind of also replaces the bicycle, which again is kind of a staple of the Pokemon franchise.
But they had already gotten rid of that with the rollerblade
and Pokemon Go.
Yes, true.
Yeah, because they stopped people who were good at cycling from playing Pokemon Go, which is silly.
So back to impressions of Sun and Moon. How do you like the cast?
I like the cast. Your rival is just terrible. He is the wettest blanket ever.
Gotten rid of rivals though. It's your buddy, it's your pal, it's your friend.
Yeah, he always picks the Pokemon that's weakest against you because that was a new thing that started recently. So
it kind of didn't work against me though because he picked the grass Pokemon. Or no, he picked Litten when I picked Popplio.
Yeah.
But then he immediately got a Pichu, so he had an electric Pokemon.
Oh, lame. Okay.
Yeah, so like I had to strategize. So whenever I ran into Hua, how do you say his name?
Yeah.
I had to have a different Pokemon out than my primary because I knew that it was going to be the Pichu or the Pikachu.
The thing that started with the 3DS, which is a few Pokemons ago now, was the mystery gift Pokemon. Like if you bought Pokemon when it first came out, there was a Pokemon you can download through mystery gift for the first 3 months, and then they change it,
Yeah.
or they take it away.
I can see them doing some cool things with that in this one.
Yeah, and if you don't know, you can actually go to local game stores here in the US, which is where both me and Nick are right now. You can go to Toys R Us and GameStop, I think, and they have different codes every 3 months.
I know GameStop. I know each month there's a code. Some of them are online, some of them are GameStops. I don't know about Toys R Us. I have not heard that yet.
The guy in GameStop told me that sometimes Toys R Us has different codes. So it's worth, if you're in the area and you're that kind of person, if you want to catch them all.
Well, so I know for this year they were doing a thing where each month they had one Pokemon that was the big rare, super rare legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, I got one of those. I've
gotten
GameStop.
7 of those. 5 of those.
Wow. All right.
I used to live basically across the street from a game.
Oh, well, then there you go.
Yeah, so I went in all the time. They're like, "Oh, here's the new Pokemon." I'm like, "Thanks, appreciate that."
And it's funny because they made out like they were limited edition because they came on these plastic cards or paper cards.
I mean, they were limited.
No, they weren't. The machine can print off new codes automatically.
I thought for Mew they couldn't though.
The GameStop. I didn't get Mew, but the GameStop printed off the code for the legendary that I downloaded.
The Genesect?
No, it was some kind of horse thing. I used it. Powerful, real powerful. Legendary for sure. But I like that. And this one is a baby Snorlax. What was his name?
Munchlax.
Munchlax. He's cute.
And
he comes with
skill set.
Yeah, I ended up, because he didn't level up for a hot minute, I put an amulet coin on him, and then I didn't have to use the move that you like.
No, but I put an amulet coin on mine, and it stacks so that so I get 4 times.
Gosh, my heart hurts. Yeah, what's the move that you like? What's it called?
It's called Happy Hour.
Happy Hour, yeah, because you get double the money from trainers.
And that stacks with either the lucky incense or the coin.
Amulet coin, yeah. He comes with a Z crystal that gives him an exclusive Snorlax move, and there are a few Pokemon in the game that have these moves. We talked about the Raichu one and the Pikachu one earlier, but all 3 of the starters have their own as well.
I don't know where to get those yet.
Somebody gives you it at some point once you level up enough. Like mine, once I got my guy to the 3rd evolution, and somebody gave it to me at some point. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot to give you this.
Oh, cool.
Moments. Yeah.
So I should probably be there soon then.
Yeah, very soon. Somebody's just like, oh,
and
you
if
got to
not,
the
I can
point.
look it up
Here
in my
you go.
strategy guide.
Yeah. Which I wanna talk about that strategy guide in a minute, because you sent me an interesting image. But these
should I grab it?
Oh yeah, that would be cool actually. I've only seen like a little section of it.
Keep talking. I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. One of the things I really liked about the Z crystal moves in themselves is that they kind of give yourself, it's a battle choice, because you can only use 1 per battle, but 2, it makes, like in the other games they had these Omega moves. Is that what they were called?
I think they were just called Mega moves, not Omega.
Oh yeah, they were called Mega moves, yeah. And they could do these like you could turn into Mega Evolution.
They're Mega Evolutions, yeah.
Yeah, you can do a Mega Evolution, and that meant that they had these really cool powers, but they didn't get any special moves or anything. They just kind of looked neat. And
got more powerful, and I think they had more defense.
You could only do it once per game, and you only could do, and it was only for certain Pokemon. Whereas in this game, you get Z crystals just for a type, and they will take that type, and any move that is that type will be a Z move that is just general, but for that like type. So there's one for grass, there's one for fire, there's one for ghost, there's one for dark, there's one for psychic. And that's cool, because as long as any Pokemon that has one of those abilities can equip one of those Z crystals and use it.
So, question.
Yes.
What happens in January when the Pokemon Bank is updated to work with Sun and Moon, and I trade over my Charizard that has a Z crystal, or not a Z crystal, a Mega Stone?
I don't know, and I think because I might have been imagining this, but when I was watching the E3 coverage of Pokemon Sun and Moon, when they first announced it as like a full title, we're going to show it to you all day long. And then oh, by the way, we're going to also show you Zelda. Doesn't it look neat? That was the other thing they did.
Oh, wait, it's delayed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. But let's concentrate on the Pokemons, because we won't be depressed about not playing Zelda as quickly as possible. Me. They said like Z crystals are in this game as well as Mega Evolutions. So
okay.
I don't know if it's just programmed in there so that when you trade that Pokemon in with the thing, it just works. Like Z crystals, just like
I would hope so. Like maybe change the Z button to the Mega Evolution, because if I remember correctly, the Mega Evolution was a stone they had to hold, which means you wouldn't be holding a Z crystal.
Oh, of course. And again, that's a choice. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so you can do.
That's nice. One other interesting change, which is a lot more interesting for people who are really into breeding and getting those EV values.
Oh yeah.
Is breeding's different now. Breeding's different in a way that doesn't annoy me in the slightest.
It's the way I'd prefer it.
Yep. When you leave 2 Pokemon at the daycare center or the ranch, there's like a
I think
farm.
it's called the ranch, yeah.
Yeah. They don't level up. Which
is cool.
They will have fun. And an egg will be found when no one was looking.
Also,
that's
I feel
actually
like,
what she says.
I feel like the egg shows up way faster in this game than it does in previous
games. Yes, the egg does end up way
really
faster. I think you have to walk further for it to hatch, though. I think. And one pro tip, if you're breeding a lot of Pokemon, is if you walk up and down on like one of the vehicle Pokemon you can get, and you don't have to check her all the time. When she folds her arms, she's got an egg for you. So just so you know, you don't have to empty your bank to do it anymore. This is one of the coolest things and changes in terms of catching Pokemon I have ever seen.
Empty your party, not your bank.
Yeah. you don't have to empty your party anymore for a lot of things in this game, and usually when you aren't able to do that, there's a computer right next to you to do it, and we'll get to that other cool thing in a second. I really like how if someone's like, here's an egg, you can be like, I'll just send it to my box and I'll pick it up later, or you can put it in your party and send one of your party Pokemon back to your box.
Yeah.
The box system has just been upgraded in this way that just makes everything fast and so much more easier to deal with. You're like, oh, I really want to use that. I've got to go back to a Pokemon Center. You don't anymore. And that's brilliant. And when you go back to a Pokemon Center, you walk up to that computer, you push a button, and it just opens the box. I love that so much. How do you not like that? How is that not revelatory to you?
Because I use the bank to store items that I can't store anymore.
Oh,
because in the previous
I
games,
never used that.
You could toss items that you don't use, so that way I would only carry around the items that I actually want. So now I have a cluttered inventory that I can't easily organize, from what I can tell.
Have you seen the free space?
Yeah, but that seems like an amalgamation of crap.
No, free space is where you just put stuff that you want to have access to quickly as a quick list.
Can I reorganize that though?
I think so.
Okay, I'll have to mess with that more then.
Mess with that, yeah.
That
cool.
might fix the issue.
So currently your bag is divided up into all of the different pockets, but there's one called free space, and you can literally just go send this to free space, and it will be in both pockets, but it's like a favorites list if you like. It's nice. I use it a lot actually because I got my potions listed there for when I battle. So you got the Pokemon guide.
I got the guide. That came out late.
Yeah. While we were setting up this podcast recording, I got a notification that mine's in the mail, so I'm kind of excited.
Cool. I didn't know you got one too.
Yeah.
You got the hardbound one, right?
Yeah, I had to wait to get paid. So,
gotcha.
Yeah. Mine has a lithograph thing. I don't know.
Cool.
So we've got our Pokemon impressions. The things I really liked about it, things I don't like about it on my little list here. Anything that strikes you that you don't like?
The combat thing where it tells me this effective and not effective.
And
how he's annoying.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I don't like how. I really like the antagonists. I think they're not necessarily as badly written as I first
hate
perceived.
Team Skull.
You're meant to. They are wonderfully camp, and I think their music is crap, and they're obvious. They know they're terrible. Like the person who's written them, they've not written them like these guys are bad guys. They've written them like we're really dumb, and they are. They're stupid, and it's interesting because the game leans into a lot of stuff. Like earlier when we talked at the beginning of the podcast, I said that we talked at the beginning today. Like my lady is over here, and she was like, "Why is that guy not wearing a shirt?" And then you go somewhere, and someone's like, "Have you still not found a shirt?" Like, they always call out their dumb stuff.
True.
And when you're walking around, everyone's like, Team Skull's really dumb, and they're crap at training.
Then so people need to give your rival Hal some shit for being obnoxious.
Yes, well, he's terrible. He's not good at training, but he tries, and there's this kind of, like, weird...
No, he doesn't try.
Oh, that's true.
That's the thing. He goes to have fun and not try.
Okay, fair enough.
And yet he still wants to be a kahuna.
But he's not your real rival, I don't think. I don't think I've met the person yet, but he's not the real rival.
I don't think we really have a rival, and I really hope if we do, it ends up being Lily.
Interesting. There's also non-Pokemon beasts in this.
Professor Oak.
Oh, that would be cool. Oh, the Pokedex has got a Pokemon in it now.
A lot to talk about.
It's just very deep in its changes and what it's doing. It's cool. But to go to the guide to finally talk about
this thing that we were talking about. The thing I noticed.
You noticed on the front, if you wouldn't mind bringing it up to that camera. Yeah, there you go. The official Alola region strategy guide. See that? I might end up putting an image up of that.
Why does it specify Alola?
This is interesting because you said something to me the other night about the very heavily rumored and pretty much like it's a good 80% at the moment Switch version of Pokemon, right?
Game Freak has already come out and said that they are working on a game for Switch.
Yes.
So, yes.
But we didn't realize that it might be this close. because it might be launch window, maybe window, whatever the hell that means. But the Switch I'm excited about because it is indeed billed as the home portable hybrid. And Pokemon seems like it's the perfect game for that because people love playing role-playing games on big screens, and maybe being able to play it on a big and small screen would be pretty neat. People did that with the Super Nintendo when they had that little Pokemon, the Game Boy adapter. They played Pokemon on their screens.
I had that.
Yeah, I know. I played it with you.
Sure, I've had head injuries.
Yes, but we had we played a lot of video games as kids. Actually, that was fun.
That's a story for another time.
Yes. Anyway, Pokemon Switch, rumored to be called either Pokemon Eclipse or Pokemon Stars currently.
Okay.
What I've read and seen. But you read a really interesting rumor that I have not found since.
I can't find it again.
That's upsetting.
It is very upsetting.
That means that it might not be...
and that means somebody deleted it.
That's upsetting.
Yeah.
That was a really cool... And we can't not talk about it now. Okay, so what your theory was
that apparently in the data mining, from what I had read, which I really wish I could find again. If I can find it, we will put it in the description below.
Right.
Was that there is some coding that involves the other regions of the game in Sun and Moon.
Right.
Which would then put more thought behind the specifying the Alola region strategy guide.
Exactly. That's really exciting. The other thing is that I don't know where I read this, and I'm trying to I'm hoping that
we're
I'm
good
just
at
wrong.
finding things and then forgetting where they were.
No, the reason is because I didn't want to substantiate it in my mind. Is I read that there isn't actually a national dex in this version of Pokemon. Yeah. And I know exactly where I read this. I read it in the IGN online strategy guide for Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Well, that's very annoying.
Yes, it is. Now, I don't know if it meant until you get to the end, or if they were trying to word it in such a way that it doesn't spoil the end of the game, which would be fair, because it was in the tips and tricks section, not necessarily in the walkthrough section. It was about scanning islands, and that the Pokemon that you scan in those islands will have no Pokedex number, so you can't look them up.
In a quick scan of this thing, I don't see anything about a national dex.
Well, that's upsetting. Which leads us to...
Quick scan. Emphasis on quick.
Which leads me to the other thing that you mentioned the other night, which you seem to have forgotten, which is the heavy possibility now, with all of this information, of Pokemon DLC.
Yeah, it would be really interesting. My thought is it's either going to be Pokemon DLC that's going to add more regions and Pokemon to catch in this version of the game, or that stuff is all being saved for the director's cut, which will be on the Switch.
Right, which is what essentially the third prong game of these will be. Now, my question is, if that's the case, will all the Pokemon just be in that version?
So
is that what happened in Yellow?
No, not at all. What happened to Yellow? I forget what the set was, but I know I'm fairly positive you couldn't catch them all.
Interesting.
Although now you're making me question that. Thanks.
That's okay.
And I'm not gonna fact check this. Although I want to.
You can if you want.
Also, I feel like in their new update for the Pokemon Bank.
Yes, which I didn't even realize it wasn't available for Pokemon Moon right now.
Yeah, apparently it's not out until January. That's what everything I'm finding.
Is that date January 18th, which is the announcement of new Switch features?
Yeah, which makes me think maybe there's something in that already is going to be saying the new game.
Interesting. Because if they're holding back Pokemon Bank for the announcement of the Switch, that resubstantiates, at least in my mind, the idea that Pokemon will be a launch title. Or at least is planning to be a launch
Although
title.
Eurogamer is saying it should be fall next year.
Which is not what I want to hear.
I mean, I'm going to be playing Mario 128, whatever the heck it's called.
Yep. But the Switch version of the Pokemon could do some really interesting stuff because of its multiple portability. And the more I play rather Pokemon Moon, the more I'm like, these textures are way bigger than they need to be. Even on my 3DS
The data
XL,
mining has found that too.
yeah, they're just too big in some instances, especially Snorlax, actually, particularly Snorlax.
I think that's meant to be that because it's funny.
I don't know, because it's not on the whole circle. There's some, I don't know, mate.
Guess we'll have to wait and see.
The only thing I'm worried about is like how you're gonna transfer your Pokemon to it. Can you put a legendary? Can you put a legendary in the bank?
Yeah, I guess we need to see what the transfer limitations are.
Will you?
Because the image they put out has a picture of the Pokemon bank being split in two.
Yeah.
And one of them is Sun and Moon, and one of them is Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire XY.
Yeah, and you use the Pokemon bank to kind of bridge over,
and
if they're allowed.
It seems like with black 2, white, and white 2, you can trade those up, and that's it to the bank. And then Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire XY, you can do up and down from the bank, unless you take Pokemon and put them in another folder in the bank, which is Sun and Moon only. Then you can't bring them back that way.
Right, because they probably get more code added to them when they join Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Well, and you need to have a separate section of the bank so that you can't take an Alolan version of a Pokemon and move it over to Omega Ruby Alpha.
Absolutely. So this kind of leads us to like, okay, so if they're planning on creating a third prong of these two games, and they're going to put it on the and they're basically, well, let's just say they're going to do it. Let's go hypothetical full on and say, okay, they're going to do it, and it's going to be for the home, and it's going to be portable, and it's going to be on the Switch, and what are they holding back?
So what are they holding back, or what do you want it to be?
Both?
I don't know what they're holding back. That's a good question.
What does it feel like they're holding back?
Probably more Alolan forms.
Interesting.
Of original Pokemon.
That would be cool.
Maybe there's a mystery 5th island.
Or maybe there are all the other regions.
So we'll go into the hopes and dreams.
Right.
What I hope it is, I hope it's a game that you launch it, and it says, "Hey, where do you want to start?" And you pick a region.
Holy moly.
That would be my dream one, but you can't choose Alolan.
Oh.
So that way, Sun and Moon are the only way to get those Pokemon, and then they can be traded with Eclipse or whatever the heck it ends up being called. But you can only choose, what is it, Junto and Kanto and what have you. I think that'd be really cool. I doubt it's that, because that sounds way too big and ambitious.
I'm wondering what will happen at the end of the game. Maybe the end of the game will be like, hey, this. And maybe no one's talking about it because they just respect spoilers so much, or they're just playing too much Pokemon and they don't care.
Yeah. I have heard some things about the end of the game which are very interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about that?
I don't know. Do you want to talk about that?
What have you...
I'll say 2 words.
Okay.
Dimensional travel.
You see, that leads me to believe that the other regions will be travelable. That the other regions aren't just regions; they're dimensions.
Well, no, because people are traveling. There are visitors on the islands that specifically say, "Oh, I'm from Kanto, and I have a regular Rattata."
Yeah, you're right.
I know I am.
Very cool. No, but the Ultra Beasts are in the other dimension. The Ultra Beasts have been mentioned a few times. I don't know if they're actually Pokemon.
How much did you play Omega or Alpha? You had Alpha Sapphire. How much did you play that post game?
I finished the post game and got the space asteroid dude.
So you did all the dimensional stuff, where there's these big portals, which are basically these dimension things.
Yep.
But they didn't talk about what those were in that game, did they? Okay.
Nope. Because they were added as part of the upgrade to the 3DS.
Yes, with the Eon Pass, or the heck it was called. Okay.
Very cool, but I think they might be holding back more Pokemon. I think they might be holding back a better resolution.
Well, I mean, they can't do. That one's a given. It's gonna look better on the Switch than it does on the 3DS.
I think they are also hiding some online features because the online in this is a bit chunky.
It does feel like there are holes in it, although I can't describe how. If that makes sense.
I can't describe how. And you know what? It actually feels like a step back from the last two Pokemon games, which had your online stuff on the bottom screen pretty much no matter where you were.
Yeah, true.
And you could just go boop, and you could do that. You could hit that boop button, and because it was so close, you could hit it and basically check if any of your friends were online as well. Finding friends was easy.
And then you could send them the O-Powers, which would buff them up.
Yeah, and that was cool, and I really liked that. That kind of interaction and that kind of like asynchronous help was really cool. And I felt like Go on.
I do have to say, there's not a lot going on this lower screen when you're playing, which is probably because the base coding of this game is made to run on a Switch, which only has one screen.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Like it wouldn't be hard to blow it up and throw a mini map in the corner, which is your Pokedex.
Yeah, or even just have it be when you hit the X button, it just fades out because you can't use the top screen when you're on that menu anyway. It's just there because it's there. You know, the 3DS's design was fantastic. I mean, sorry, the 2DS design was fantastic for the, like 10, 15 years it's been running? Is that how long has that thing been around?
Long enough.
Long enough. And the design when it first came out was genius, and the redesign was great, and the fact that there's an online store on a portable that actually is half decent is pretty nice. And now the 3DS with kind of somebody went, I wonder if 3D is going to be cool. And even if it's not, let's just have a machine that's neat. And that's what this machine is. There is a little bit of 3D in this game. There is a little bit. I found it.
A little bit.
I found it. When you go take pictures of Pokemon, all of that is in 3D.
True. Woo.
Right.
But yeah, I think
that's all of the Pokemons. Overall, I'm liking it. I want to check back in once we finished it and do like essentially a spoiler cast of what we think of the story. Because unlike most Pokemon games, honestly, the story is pretty up there. It's up there with some of the early Final Fantasies in its kind of scale. It's got some good motion.
You don't fight a train.
No, you don't fight a train, but you do. It does a really good balance, which I think has been a problem in previous Pokemon games, where you had to balance between like
grinding.
Grinding and getting your badges, and the story of the story that kind of sits alongside of those badges, which is like someone's trying to use Pokemon to destroy the world. These people are trying to steal all the Pokemon so that they can have all of the Pokemons. Team Rocket sucks. That kind of stuff. Like it never really crossed over your badges very often, and I feel like that was a problem in terms of the narrative, because
which is what they're doing with this one.
Now they've intertwined it in a way that doesn't feel forced, and on top of all of that, this is the Pokemon game you can put down for a week, pick it up, and know where to go.
True.
Because it has
waypoints.
It has waypoints. That's right. Yeah. And all of the improvements are just subtle but great. But the online is just weirdly just boxy. Like go to a menu, hit this thing, connect to the internet, save the game. It's very boxy. And I feel like the announcement on the 18th for the Switch will change that.
I don't think we're going to hear about it much, if
no,
at all.
I don't.
On the
sorry,
18th.
I don't think it'll change it on the device. I think we will understand a lot more.
I don't.
Really?
Really. I don't think we're going to hear much about Pokemon, if anything, on the 18th.
That sucks.
Well, so the issue is if I'm taking the Eurogamers' thoughts of it coming out in fall to be true, and if that's true, they have nothing, as far as we know, to announce at E3. Which yes, they don't go to E3 lately, but they do a big old show, pre-made video, and that could just be the E3 Pokemon conference or show, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Which makes sense, and it's a bummer for you because you're super excited for it. But also, I'll still be playing this one.
No, I will be too. Yeah.
Come January.
I'm gonna try and catch them all.
I mean, it is gonna suck not being able to play it on my Switch, but whatever.
I'll be disappointed if there isn't some decent post game.
Yeah,
that was one of the cool things I really liked about specifically the last one that came out.
Yeah, there's a lot to do in that afterwards.
That post game is, if you haven't played the last one, it's hard to get into. I think it's one of the hardest, if I'm honest. It leans a little bit on the fact that it's a HD remake on a portable.
Omega Ruby?
Yeah. And that HM thing is kind of hard.
Not that bad.
It's... I think I prefer X if you want to get into it.
Sure.
X and Y, I mean. Pokemon. But I'm enjoying it. I think it's good.
Games, yeah.
It's good. If you haven't bought it, you should. It's good. It's good.
Well, I'm getting the feeling we're kind of wrapping up with Pokemon.
Yes.
So one more question.
Sure.
Or one new question. What's the queue?
What's the queue?
We didn't talk about this at all.
We didn't talk about this, yeah.
Hey, we're doing a thing.
The queue is this little podcast that me and Nick, theGurns,
this guy,
is starting. And we're going to pick a subject, record a podcast, post it somewhere on audio, post it somewhere on video, namely YouTube. And you'll be able to watch it. And you can send us emails and comments. And you can leave comments on videos, and we'll be upset and cry in our sleep.
Why are we upset?
Because comments on the internet are mean. Isn't that how the internet works? Sorry. Did I get it wrong?
Rule number 1, don't be a dick.
Right, yes. We'll go. I don't want to make it exclusively, or rather, we don't want to make it exclusively just me and Nick. There are going to be other people coming in as well.
Yep. We've got friends.
We've got friends and people who are cool. We might get some cool guests in here and there. But if you would like to throw in your 2 cents about anything that we've been talking about, or if you have something you'd like us to talk about, you can send a question into thequestionqueue at gmail.com.
Q-U-E-U-E, not just the letter Q.
Yeah, it'll be on the screen. So
just I'm making sure.
Audio version. Yes.
This is also a cluster truck, so we'll see how
at gmail.com.
Yeah.
And spelt Q like lining up for something. Or download Q. There you go. That was the pun.
Yeah. It was like so I've started referring to... The reason I thought of the word Q was because that's what I call my backlog now. It's my queue of games that things just keep getting pushed to the front, and it gets longer and longer.
But the backlog is a thing. Like, it's eventually some things just have to not be in your queue anymore.
No. Every game I own that I haven't really played through is in my queue.
Fair enough.
I'll get to it eventually.
You know, sometimes I put things in what I call my pause queue because I'm waiting for an update.
Okay.
Like Stardew Valley is one of those games.
I want multiplayer. That's what I'm waiting for.
Exactly. That's why it's in my pause queue.
They added new farms, but... whatever.
That's why it's in my pause queue. I want to do multiplayer fun times. It's going to be awesome. And another game that's in my pause queue is No Man's Sky. Hey, I said it out loud. I'm
excited for that new patch. Sounds cool.
Yeah, there's going to be... They announced... Oh, hello. They announced a patch a few days ago. What was it? Earlier today, actually?
Yeah, I think it was earlier today.
Well, okay, this isn't going out today. So, yes, a few days ago for you, listening or watching this, that they're going to finally release an update, and there's lots of cool things in it.
We'll see.
What did they say? Did they just say, oh, it's got base building and...
Yep. From what I understand, yeah. So we'll see.
So, and they said it wasn't the biggest update they were doing. So if this is sizable, then we have some optimism. We can have some optimism.
We'll have to wait and see.
But none of that matters because I'm just playing a buttload of Pokemon.
Yeah. So yeah, what are you playing?
I'm playing.
Do you want to go into that?
Yeah, sure. Very quickly. I mean, that's what the queue is in. I mean, that's what we've gone 49 minutes. We can go a little bit longer. Okay. Which is shorter than that because we faffed a little bit at the beginning of this recording. I've been playing faffed. You ever heard that expression? It's British.
No.
Well, there you go.
I'm not faffing you.
I played Watch Dogs 2.
Cool. Did you beat it?
Nope.
Same here.
I played some co-op Watch Dogs 2 with you, which was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
I've been playing a lot of Titanfall because that's my shooter for this season.
Okay.
I'm not doing Battlefield 1. I'm not doing Modern Warfare. Titanfall 2. It's good for me. Thank you very much.
Oh.
It's really good. I'm playing on Xbox. If you want to play with me, send me a message. I like playing with people. It's fun. We have a team, don't we?
What's your name on Xbox? They don't know that yet.
Well, if you're not listening to the audio version, it'll be on screen right now. But if you are listening to the audio version, it's Binary Dragon, no space.
Cool.
Yeah, I've been playing those games. I've been playing the game of life, not the board game.
It's
the
a fun
actual
board game,
thing. I've been, going
Busy.
to the thing and doing stuff, things, and I've been watching a lot of Skyrim.
Cool.
Yeah. What have you been playing?
Primarily Pokemon. When I get a chance, because it's easier to play it than a console game right now, because I'm just super busy. Also playing Titanfall 2, Watch Dogs 2,
Yep.
Destiny, because I play Destiny a lot. Destiny, I have a problem. I just got tickets to Guardian Con in July, and I'm very excited.
Oh, that's exciting.
Let's see. I'm also playing FIFA. I always play FIFA though.
Yeah, you do. You like the sports games.
And then on PC, I'm playing Battlefield 1. 'Cause a friend bought it for me, and then also a different friend just bought me a game called Squad, which sounds really cool. It's a squad-based. It's like a squad of 9 players. You have a commander which drops spawn points and healers and engineers and stuff, and you have 3 squads versus 3 squads PvP. Fun stuff. Just got that today, and that'll be fun to dip into with my PC group of people.
Yeah.
But that's kind of all I'm playing. And then life, I got a new job, so I'm busy.
Yeah. You got a new. Your new job's kind of fun in a way. Yeah. Why not? I don't know. There's nothing else to say. This has been theQueue. It's fun. You can send us messages and comments on the Twitters. You can check out me on Twitter at Binary Dragon and on Xbox at the same. And you can follow us both on Twitch, which is a good idea. The links are going to be below in the description and on your screen right now. Do you want to pimp anything?
I'm Nick, theGurns. I'm theGurns on Twitch. I am Fancy Space Gurns on Xbox, and I'm at Nick Gurney, one word, no space, on the Twitter.
Yes, all of which will be on screen anyway.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, I've got to edit this. Anyway, this has been theQueue. Please send us stuff, because it will be more fun if you do that.
And we'll try to get a little more polished and a little less rambly. If you want less rambly, I don't know, you might want more ramble.
Yeah, rambling's fun. Well, I feel like we stayed on topic pretty well.
But the 4's a ramble, not 2. So we need 2 more people.
Oh yes, of course.
That's a football ramble joke. It's probably a British thing. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see if I attempt to make intro music. That'll be interesting.
True.
All right, everyone. That's the end of theQueue. We will see you next time in whatever way that you are watching and or listening or absorbing this, while Nick does whatever he's doing.
I was waving like a Muppet.
You taught me how to clap with one hand, which is an amazing skill. It
And
is amazing, and you're the best at it. You're the
We're
best
finishing
man.
we're stopping the podcast. Get back in queue for next week. Go away.
You're not going to do the one hand clapping.
No.
Not to end the stream. You have to watch the next episode for one hand.
No, not gonna happen.